So now you've got a bike on the road. And why would you do that in the first place? Sidewalks suck. They're bumpy, unpredictable, and end whenever they want. They're dangerous for both us and pedestrians.
On your left. On your left. On your left.
Okay, so now that we know that sidewalks suck, what do we do about the road? Well, how we go about riding on the road is pretty easy, since by law, cyclists have all the same rights as motorists. So we're practically cars. We go on green, stop at stop signs, and we ride on the right side of the road. As bikers, we have to ride in the right-hand side of the rightmost lane. Typically, you want to stay within the right half and right third of the lane in order to give more space on the left so you can dodge potholes, debris, and cracks, but also so cars can go around you. So now that we've established that we are in fact cars, we have to learn how to turn. So we're going to start with left-hand turning. Step 1, look over your left-hand shoulder, check for cars, and stick out your left hand in order to signal that you are merging to the leftmost lane. Okay, now that we've approached the light, what happens at each individual light? Red light, stop. Green arrow, turn left. But now on blinking red, yellow, and a green light, you have to go into the intersection slightly, wait for oncoming traffic, then turn. So that was left-hand turning. Now we're gonna go to the way easier part, right-hand turning. So when you're turning right hand, first step, look over your right shoulder, put out your right arm, signal that you are going right. Now you've approached the light. It's so easy, you've got a green light, you turn right. The way harder version is right on red. Now you have to stop because it's still a red light, and depending on the intersection, you can turn right on red. But before you do that, you have to look at oncoming traffic and make sure no one is coming. And then you can make a safe right on red. Now, we're gonna talk about stop signs. Stop signs are slightly different than lights, but not really. You signal left or right hand if you want to turn right or left, and then you have to wait your turn at the stop sign for whoever got there first. Now for the hardest part, straights. So when you go straight, you have to stop on a red, okay? It's very important. Then do you know what you do on a green? You go. Okay, down to the biking essentials. Well, how it goes is to bike efficiently is we need to check our tire pressure, then also lube our chains. So how we go about lubing our chain, get oil, right? Now we come down to our chain, we put little droplets on each of our chain links. So now we have any paper towel, and we put it around the chain and gently pinch on the sides. And then we turn our crank, going along each chain link to get all the excess oil off. And voila. Okay, now on to tire pressure. To check our tire pressure, we have to look at our wheel, which tells us either on the tire or the rim what our maximum PSI should be. So our maximum PSI is 120, but yours is probably around 60. And we would suggest filling it up to around 45. This is in order to get a very smooth ride and have less risk from punctures. So, in order to check what our PSI is, we have a pump with a gauge. Our gauge is at 100 since that's what we are going to fill our wheel with. If you need a pump with a gauge, we can be of assistance, but that is typically how you fill the air in a tire. So we have some other necessities that we need to go over. 1, wear a helmet for every ride. It's very important, and safety is first priority. And we want to stay hydrated, so we suggest that you bring a water bottle, especially if you have a water bottle holder on your bike. Super convenient. Another factor that you want to keep in mind is clothing is super important. We want to wear comfortable clothes, but we don't want baggy clothes or to have untied shoelaces because those might get stuck in the gears. And if they do, you will be left behind. And if you're left behind, you have to take AP Physics.